trying to figure out the best. Hold on, let me shut my window. I don't care if you see out the window. I just didn't want the light to be in your eyes. So I saw this. I was watching this program tonight, and I didn't even know this was a thing. How are you doing, Debbie, by the way? And also, if you're new and Joyce joining us, my name is Sher. I'm an intuitive, and I receive messages from the Most High. Happy, living life, trying to live in a higher vibration, just, all that good stuff. So let me adjust my lighting and light a candle. I want to talk about this, though. I didn't even know this was a thing. And I was like, whoa, this is a thing. Hey, so I'm not reading just yet. I want to talk about what I learned tonight, because I found that was kind of interesting. Oh, look, that's a little bright, but maybe a little less bright. Okay. So tonight I was watching some show, and I didn't know there was a thing. And hi, Witness. Nessa, I'm sorry. Blessings. Thank you. I did not know there's such a thing called, 1 minute, revelation of the method. Have you guys heard of this before? Because I'm bringing it up because it's, and can you guys hear me okay? I'm bringing it up because it's important, because one of the things is it can be used for evil. So I'm always taking a course. So I learned some things, and I wanted to share them with you guys if you're interested. So are y'all interested? I hope somebody. So I got some research, and I watched the show, and I was like, whoa, this is amazing. Okay. So, for those of you that do not know what revelation of the method is, it is a phrase used in. Oh, I just saw your note, Debbie Cox. Thank you. It's a phrase used in esoteric, occult, and conspiracy study circles. Okay. It refers to an idea that those in positions of hidden power, governments, secret societies, or elites, deliberately reveal, often in a symbolic or indirect way, what they are doing or planning. But the thing so basically, it's kind of a tool for manipulation. Has anybody here heard of that? Because I didn't even know this existed. And I was like, wow. It's like, it's kind of, it is manipulation, and it's like, but you may not recognize it. That's the other thing. You may not, when it happens. Okay, so have you ever met somebody and they're perfect, and they're like, yeah, I love everything you love, let's do it, it's great, I want to live in this fairy tale land. We have. I think we all have. Okay, so that would probably be manipulation to start with. But the thing about manipulation is, I was going through this class, and I learned some things. You guys okay with this? I hope. And what I learned was, okay, so it kind of started talking about ascending, okay? That's ascending is about ascending to your highest frequency in life. Okay, so that's kind of cool. And alignment of your body, mind, and soul. Okay, so like, until I had an awakening, I did not really realize I was learning all these life lessons. There was a process, right? Because you're just going through life, living day to day, having a good time, blah, 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 right? Okay. But here's the thing. What if you're in the school of life and you don't even know it, right? And we are. You just don't realize it. And there's different rites of passage also. Um, Here's an example. Dark Night of the Soul would be a rite of passage. Now, Dark Night of the Soul to me is like when you have nothing left. Because it's in essence, and feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. In essence, what it's doing is it is taking you down to bare bones. And so there's not you've lost everything. There's nothing left. You're depleted. And so because you've gotten depleted down to that point, that the only way to go up, the only place to go is up. Basically. And I've said that to a guy before. At rock bottom, the only place to go is up. So a lot of times, and I think most times, people that have spiritual awakenings have a dark night of the soul. Okay. Now, hello, Julie W. So what we're talking about, for those of you that just joined, is we're talking about revelation of the method. This is a process that people use to manipulate you. But there are ways around it, okay? And there are clues. And there's three ways from what I saw to to not be taken in, okay? Because okay, for like me, until I didn't even know revelation of the method existed. And then when I found out what it was and everything, and I was like, I had no idea, because it's very subtle. It's very subtle. And unless you're just looking for it, you don't know it. You don't recognize it. Okay. Um, and also natural law does come into play with this. Okay. Natural law it's about morality. It's about like not invading another person's free will. Does that make sense? And it's also about honoring others and doing everything in love, creating love and the fruits of love. Okay. Now, one of the things about, if I got this right, and I hope I did, hello, Shell. Natural law is, I think it's not always fixed. Like, hold on one second. I can't remember what it was, but basically what it is we take responsibility for ourselves, for the things that we do, and also for the things that we don't do. Like if you lock your girlfriend out and you don't open the door, you need to take responsibility for that. Does that make sense? I mean, I'm being humorous, but seriously. Um, so you can, in essence, be wrong by not taking any action. Okay, this all kind of ties in, believe it or not. Okay, so so basically, you have like kind of two ways. You can go towards love and divinity and all of the good stuff, and honor and morality, or you can go towards the dark. Okay, we're just going to call it the dark. Okay, now how do we understand natural law, and how does it play into, or I hope this is okay. If you have a question, feel free to ask. How does it play into life and the ground rules of life? Like a lot of times in a reading, you will hear me say, no, I don't delve into other people's feelings, because to me, that's a morality issue. I don't have permission to go find out what they feel or think. Even we're not doing readings just yet. Sing your song. I don't know if I will or not. This is just a class, and the class is you're fine. The class is on revelation of the method and how people can use it to manipulate you, especially like in relationships. Okay, so but natural law plays in here too. So natural law, what is it? What are the ground rules for natural law? And it's good to learn these things. First of all, you have to be absolutely responsible for your actions. And now that means, yes, I'm revelation of the method is a phrase used in occult, conspiracy, things like that. And it's like you have hidden power, kind of cause and effect. Thank you. Okay, so natural law, you have to be absolutely responsible for your actions. Now, these include actions that you take and actions that you don't take. Like a while ago, I said, if your boyfriend locks you out of the house or doesn't pick you up from work or leaves you in a parking lot, you know, if they don't come back and get you, they're not taking an action. It's just as bad. Okay. So you're responsible for both actions and non actions because, in life, things can change by your actions and also by your non actions. So you have to be absolutely responsible for yourself, your actions, all of that. Second, you have to be fully aware that you have free will. Okay. This is for the natural law rules. Okay. And third, you have to make sure you're not violating another being to the best of your abilities. Okay. So this all ties into natural law. Okay. This is like, and as you follow these rules in life, from what I gather, the better you get at following, the better you get with the morality without about taking responsibility for yourself, recognizing you have free will, and not violating other people's. Your gifts increase as you go. Okay. Because it's growth. You're growing into a higher vibrational match, is what it is. That's why people that are really depressed are very low vibrational. They're not going anywhere. There's no growth. There's no vibrational raise and frequency. Okay. So, and I was listening to this lady, and honestly, and I thought this was pretty profound. The best way that you can do this, not violate others' space, etc., to the best of our abilities, is by really practicing the golden rule of life, doing everything in love. Okay. And I thought that's true because if you're loving, you're considerate. If you're loving, you care about people. If you're loving, you listen. Just so it does. All roads lead to love. I always say that, and it's true. Okay. So I thought that was a pretty good explanation of the golden rule. Using that as a yardstick per se to measure. Uh, you know how you're doing with the natural laws of life. Okay. Because karma is real. Karma will hold you accountable, and it holds you accountable for the things you do and the things that you don't do, because both of those things can be bad in essence. Okay. So like not taking correct action towards someone is just as bad as taking incorrect action. Okay. Okay, also to remember that we are spiritually sovereign. Okay. And that we do need to take accountability for our actions and non-actions. Okay. So I like the golden rule thing. I thought that was pretty cool. Um and she gave an example, which I really like this example. She talked about ignorance produces evil. Like staying quiet and watching evil is just as bad as being evil, which makes sense. Okay. So going on, when we're out of alignment, things come up. These things are like fear, separation, chaos, uh, losing control. Okay. Um, that based on actions we take and don't take. Okay. So uh, try not to be out of alignment. Because fear, actions, loss of control, and all that stuff is really not a fun place to be. Okay, so basically, if you do everything in love, okay, and be your authentic self, okay, um, Like if you have a naturally good vibe, you're going to attract a naturally good vibe. But sometimes you have to do like a little mental reset. I do. I mean, I don't know about y'all, but I do. And also, she brought up that the dark night of the soul produces a newer level of maturity, and it's true. You can't have your whole world turn apart, fall apart, be ripped apart, and not come to some kind of revelation, because you're like, okay, why did my world just fall apart? Revelation. It fell apart for this reason. Okay. And there is power when you're in alignment. Okay. When you're in alignment, we learn, we move, we grow. We're great people. Okay. All of our actions have universal consequences. That's where karma comes in, and dharma and all that stuff. Okay. Now, okay. So we're to revelation of the method. It just needed a little background. Okay. And what it is it like it kind of leads you into a predetermined future. It's an occult method of mind control, is what they listed it as. The show, it was on Guy, I saw it, and very nice lady. But the thing about this is, revelation of the method operates through trauma based mind control. Okay. And based on our belief systems also. Okay. So what happens is it affects our neocortex. Trauma takes us out of our neocortex. Okay. It takes us out of our power. Like, okay, if you're listening to a lot of bad news, it's bringing you down. Your vibrational frequency is going less and less. Okay. Even God told me today, turn the TV off, get rid of the electronics, and I did. And I rearranged my office. I kind of like this better. It's more cozy. And plus I can, be everywhere. Anyway, and you have to do that, because what happens is news story after news story, it's designed to take your power away. It's designed to take you out of your power. Now, um, traumatic things take you out of your neocortex, okay, out of your power. So, this also works in relationships. If you have a relationship with somebody, um, and they all of a sudden, okay, for me, like here's an example. The first couple times there was an argument or something, and it was like really crazy. Um, I didn't pick up on it, okay? But about the third or fourth time, I was like, this feels like a game. It feels like this person is enjoying this. And they were, okay? Because they create trauma to get a reaction out of you. And from what this lady was saying is, they figure out the best way to create that trauma, the best way to get the reaction out of you. Now, I can tell you from personal experience, if they don't get a reaction out of you in a relationship, even in an employee situation, if it's an abusive situation, if they don't get a reaction out of you, it will get more traumatic. Okay. Because um, these people are uh, very steadfast in what they're trying to do. Okay. So it's very important not to give your power away. Okay. And it's so easy as women and men to go into a relationship. Okay. You're going into this relationship and you're thinking, this is going to be so beautiful. And you want to be accommodating, and you are. And then you're like, oh, yes, I'll make your favorite dinner, and I'll get your glasses and your keys. And oh, don't do that. I've got it for you. And you become too accommodating. And the next thing you know, you're not the girlfriend or the wife. You're the childcare person. You're the bill paying person. You're the person that makes all the phone calls. You're the person that mows the lawn, rakes, and everything else. Okay, so it's very important to be aware of people and their patterns. If you're in a relationship, and we're not doing the list just yet, Andrea. I'm going to just see how it goes. We're teaching a class. This is on the revelation of the method. It's basically trauma based mind control. Okay. So, like, if you've been in that relationship and you all of a sudden you're like, is this person enjoying this? They very well could be enjoying it. Okay. So, and it's the thing about it is it's easy to get sucked in. Okay, because if you're operating in love, and let's say the other person is not operating in love, excuse me, and this happens because love is blind. You hear that all the time. Love is blind. Okay, so let's say you're operating in love and you're just giving and giving and giving and giving, and this person is just taking, taking, taking. And then let's say you stop kind of giving or you back away from it a little bit. Hello, Bishop. And this person creates some kind of trauma, knowing that they're going to knock you back down, knowing that they're going to make you cry and what your reaction is. Okay. And they do this over and over again. That's trauma based mind control. In my situation, words can be very brutal. And I had never experienced that, but I would go from being an upright person on my feet to being a person, crawled up in a ball underneath the bed or something, just losing it really because it was trauma. And after a while, you pick up on those subtle tendencies, kind of like when you start to think, did they enjoy it? Pay attention to that because that is a sign. Okay. So how do we not get sucked into trauma based mind control, right? Uh, well, there's a few things we have to do. Um, Hello, Kiss. We're talking about trauma based mind control. You need this class. Listen, I'm just joking, but I couldn't help myself. Okay. So, and this is for men and females. Do you think that women don't manipulate? They manipulate as bad as men do. We all, at certain points in our life, manipulate. When it goes bad is when you do it over and over again, knowing what you're doing, hurting people. That is trauma induced mind control and trauma based. Okay. And a lot of relationships, this can happen because a lot of us, as empaths, as spiritual people, we're very, very giving. We feel when you're sad. Okay, so what do we want to do? We want to fix your sadness. We want to be there for you. We want to make your perfect meal, make sure your laundry's clean, you're happy, you know. And before you know it, everything in your life has shifted. Your relationships have gone away. You are kind of locked into somebody and they control your stuff. And you think when you wake up in the morning, you think, is this going to be a good day or a bad day? That's a sign that you are under trauma based mind control. If you have to think that when you put your feet on the floor in the morning, is this going to be a good day or a bad day? Based on the way my partner feels or acts, you're in a bad relationship. Okay. Now, and this is serious because it's so easy to get into that relationship, to get in that situation, to be so happy in love and not see it. And that not seeing it has a name. Okay. And it's called paradise blindness. I'm learning all kinds of things today. Paradise blindness. And that's, think about it. It's paradise and you're blind. You're blind. It's paradise because you're blind, because you can't see it. You can't see the manipulation. You can't see the level of control because it's like the frog in the pot. When you went in the water, it was nice. You were enjoying it. But as the heat turns up in the water, you're getting cooked. Okay. and you don't want to be cooked, especially in a relationship. Okay, let me continue. Um, and as you're shocked and stuff. One of the very important things that I think is so important when you're in a relationship and someone is really depleting you and it's abusive or whatever, it shuts down your creative vision. You forget. You forget who you are. You forget what makes you happy. You kind of get into almost an autopilot thing. And the other thing is, you think you're happy because because for me it was like I wanted to be loved that much. I thought I was happy. When I woke up and was homeless, I was like, I'm not happy. you know. Um, and these people operate with manipulation and fear. Okay, and I'm not saying everybody does this, but there are people that take advantage of people in the world. And if you're an empath or an intuitive or something like that, if it's a narcissist or an abusive person or something, they're going to see light. You're going to be walking by and they're going to take their dark cape and they're going to jump on top of you because the light attracts the dark. Okay. So it's very important in any relationship, whatever, doesn't matter what sex or what anything else. It's very important in any of those types of relationships not to give up your power. You can love and care about someone and keep your power. And you don't have to be mean about it. If you do everything in love, and that's again, that kind of goes back to natural law. Let's do it in love, you know but when we can't see it, when we get that paradise blindness, because we're desensitized, after the first few times, when you go to the restaurant and they order for you, the first time you're like, oh, it's so nice, how sweet. When you go the 10th time and they order for you and you share their meal, you're like, could I pick my meal? I'll pay for it. Can I pick my own meal? That's control. Okay. But a lot of times in the process of life, it sneaks up on you and you get desensitized and you don't even realize it. You're like the frog in the pot. Okay. So we have to be mindful also of what we take in, our vibrational stuff around us. If you're in like mindful land, just watching TV, not paying attention to anything, it'll drag your vibration down. But granted, there's times when you need to relax and have a minute. Also, if you're in the chat, please hit the like button. Okay, so there's a thing called, I'm going to butcher this, I know I am. Okay, 1 second. All right, there's a thing called Halligan's dialect. Okay, so it's where people create a problem because they can already see the solution. Like, I'm going to yell at you and be really mean to you, and you're going to cry a lot, and then you're going to come and tell me how much you love me. That would be Elegance dialect, I'm pretty sure. Okay. So, one of the things that will save you, okay, is we don't have to give our power away in life. Okay. We don't. And one of the ways that we can keep our power in a relationship, in a job, in any facet of your life is to be aware, to be present in this moment. Okay. I'm not always present in the moment, I promise you. I went someplace the other day a month early. It happens. It's easy to get out of being present in the moment, but being present in the moment is a very strong protection. Okay. Because you're aware. When you're aware, you start to recognize that manipulation. Okay. And as a result, you have the ability to consent or not to consent. And consent is big here. Okay. Okay. When you raise your vibration because you're aware, it's protection in the metaphysical. It's a natural protection. The higher your vibration, the more protected you are. If you ever walk in a grocery store and you're super, super happy, the shoplifter's probably not going to try to get your purse. I don't know where that came from. Okay, so the first thing is awareness, okay? Be aware when someone's trying to manipulate you. If they're the perfect best thing since sliced bread and nothing's ever wrong, that's probably something you should be aware of. It's probably a sign, okay? So the second thing is healing, okay? Our cohesion and our coherence, okay? Uh, Bringing ourselves back to consciousness, okay? So like if you've been through one of those really bad relationships, okay, you you can, and I did, you kind of jump out and get in another relationship thinking you're healed. When you're in a trauma based relationship, and keep in mind I'm not a counselor or anything else, our doctor, none of that, entertainment purposes only, people. That affects you. You lose that creative spark, you lose that life force. And healing requires coming back to yourself, coming back to center, coming back to that connection, coming back to like internal harmony and unity with self. Okay. So first of all, awareness. Be aware of your situation, and don't tell the person everything about your life in the first 10 minutes. What if they're texting your security code to their friend, Um, have discernment is probably what I should have said. Okay. So, awareness is the first step. If you're aware there's a problem, you can usually fix it. Now, if it's a narcissistic relationship or something like that, run. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Second, okay, so healing, coming back to self. Now, you can't, if you've been in an abusive or trauma based relationship, it's going to take you a minute to come back to self. You can't leave that relationship, go out tomorrow, find the love of your life. I mean, it's highly unlikely. Let's put it that way. Very unlikely that that's going to happen in your life. Okay. Now, number three, just three reasons: awareness, healing, and standing. Number three is standing strong in our own sovereignty through declarations. How do we do that? No, I'm not comfortable with that. We verbalize it. And even if you can't think of anything, just say no, 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 don't want to. I'm not comfortable with it. It's not my thing, not my jam. No, that makes me really uncomfortable. I'm so sorry. Okay. And when you say no, that is saying, I do not consent. It's also saying, I do not consent to the universe for this person to be abusive or mean to me. You're also telling the universe, no, I don't want this. Okay. So, not consenting is a very big thing. Okay. But the other thing is, let's say you say something. Let's say you're in a relationship and you're like, nah, but you don't say it with conviction. You don't say it with belief. When you do something like that, you're pretty much saying to that person, hey, test my boundaries. I'm easy. I mean, and I don't mean it any bad way. I'm just saying it's kind of what you're putting out there, okay? So when you make a declaration like no, say it and believe it and feel it. Be real with it, okay? Okay. Now let me check and see. Yeah, because you don't want to give your power away. This is really all about giving your power away and people abusing you through trauma based relationships with fancy words. Like, what was that one? Something paradise blindness. Okay. So, stay in your spiritual sovereignty. Okay. And, but also don't make spirituality an excuse in your life to get out of things or not face the truth of reality. Okay. Um, yeah, when you raise your consciousness and you take care of yourself and you're aware and you heal, and you learn to say no, you're protected. That's a safety net. Okay. And we've all been in those relationships where we hear that little voice in our head going, okay, pay attention to the red flags. Because if you don't, bad things can happen. Okay. And I'm not trying to bring bad things into action or anything like that. But I am trying to bring into the fact that in any relationship in today's world, first of all, be aware, pay attention to the person you are actually talking to. You know, look at their patterns. Do they do the same thing over and over again? If you're an alcoholic and they're taking you to a bar and offering you a drink and you're like, I'm an alcoholic. No. And they do it two or three times. That means they don't care about your boundaries. They're probably thinking, hey, if I get her to drink, she'll probably be really wild. So boundaries are important. Discernment's important. And if you think that you're being manipulated, become aware, okay? Heal yourself from prior relationships before you jump in one. And last but not least, what was the third one? Stand strong in your spiritual sovereignty. You can say no. And that applies with life in general. So that's the lesson. I hope, did you guys like it? I appreciate any input. I'm going to light a candle. You know the drill. We'll light a candle and we'll just see what comes through. How's that? The reason we had this class tonight is a lot of times we're in abusive relationships. And I mean, abusive relationships can be family. It can be, it can be a mom. It can be a dad. It can be any, well, I can't talking too much. So it's very important to recognize when you're in an abusive relationship because you have the right to say no, to stand in your sovereignty. And if you can't think of anything, just say no. The word is no and stand firm in it. All right, we got candle lit. I rearranged my office. I had to, when I get restless, I have to rearrange things. All right, now let's go to the other stuff and get my cellulite. I have a feeling I'm going to need it. How's everybody doing tonight? Thank you for being patient and paying attention to the class. Let me light some Palo Santo. If I read for you earlier today, I'd appreciate it if you would refrain. If I haven't read for you today, if you want to ask a question, I feel like we're just going to do that impromptu question. You love the classes? Cool. I like them. And then if I pick up on everything, anything or everything, I'll share it. You know I will. I do love Palo Santo. Thank you, Bishop, for sharing that handy tip about lighting it more than once. I've seen people do that, but it just never occurred to me. Anyway, all right, let me say a prayer and we'll get started. Okay. Amen. Okay, so all right, so let me look at the list here. I don't have a list. So if I haven't read for you today and you have a question, if you'll post it at the bottom of the chat, I'll try to tap it. How's that? I'm pretty casual today. And that's okay, cool. Pretty casual today, but I've been on a channeling spree. Cowboy, if you're out there, I'm not mad. I just was really overwhelmed. I had a lot of stuff going on. I haven't even had a chance to look at your stuff, Cowboy. My apologies. All right. Lisa M., if you're out there, watch this class. It'll help you. A general for the next month for Onessa. I don't know. I might have to get the cards out. Let's see. Probably get the cards out. Give me 1 second here. I want to see this real quick. I want to see if this is what I want to use. Yeah, I'll use these. For Onessa, general for the next month. For Onessa. Oh. Okay. What else? Okay. Anything else? Okay. I like it. Okay. All right. The first card of NASA is the card of assistance and control. Okay. Which that's not a bad card. That's kind of saying you're in control, and if you need assistance, you'll ask for it. Is what I feel. The card of communication came in reverse, but that was also dishonesty. So I feel like it doesn't feel like you're going to have that. It feels like if somebody was dishonest with you, it was in the past and not currently. Okay, then you also have the dream walker. This is about dreams, the good stuff, but it's also about seeing the illusion if you need to see it. Okay, also you have angelic help, miraculous aid in this next month. I don't know why, but it's always good to have angel aid. I like it. Okay. And I feel that you do fight with your inner morality at times, frequently, and because you have a very strong, um, substantial morality, and sometimes you fight with yourself, but it's usually something pretty minor, and you realize it later. That's what I have for you, Nessa. I hope it helps. You get divine guidance. You have a higher knowing also. I like that. Yes. You are seriously connected, and you have some great discernment too, is what I'm hearing. All right. That's what I have for you. I hope it helps. Oh, these are interesting. I had so many cards. I haven't gotten to play with all of them. I got a little crazy. You are so welcome. I got a little crazy in the card department, so I haven't even had a chance to play with everything. Crazy. Oh. All right, let's see what we've got. Let's see. Let's see what we have for the collective. I just want to see. Hello, Darlene Lisa. Oh, I totally get it. What do we have for the collective right this minute? Wow. The spirit of love. How appropriate. Don't search for true love, it will find you if you hold on to who you are. That is so appropriate. That's what we were talking about, awareness of self, knowing who you are, connecting to the divine. Wow. And learning to say no if it doesn't fit. Okay. Okay. So that's beautiful. What else do we have? Any other messages for the collective? I don't do collectives very often. I like the one on ones, but I'm feeling it tonight. Okay. A lot of you in this chat have come into your inner strength recently. You feel it. You're making a shift in life. You're starting to have gratitude, appreciation. When you have that down moment, you're like resetting yourself. Okay. That's inner strength. Okay. This is like connecting to your higher self, to the divine. Okay, and focusing on what you can change and not letting go what you can't. Okay, also remembering you have everything that you need. Okay, may not have everything you want, but you have everything you need. Rejuvenating yourself. Okay, it's important at this time that you know your limits. Okay, know your limits. Okay, because there's a lot of shifts going on in the world. One of the things that we talked about was the trauma based abuse. The news will bring your frequency down. When your frequency goes down, your protection goes down. If you have your TV on news all the time and you're surrounded by it, even if you aren't paying attention or listening to it, it's there. It's still hitting your neocortex, taking your power power away. Sound very logical, don't I? But it's true. Okay, so what else do we have for the collective at this time? You are complete. Oh man, this is pretty cool because these cards are tying into the lesson. Awareness, healing. So here it is. You are complete. Okay. So if you've been in a situation, you're not broken. Okay. There's nothing wrong with you. There was never anything wrong with you. Okay. You're enough. Someone took a situation and allowed you to make you feel small. Okay. And making someone feel small is not love. And manipulation is not love. Okay. Everything that you do in love ties into natural law, ties into morality, ties into raising your vibration with this higher frequency. Okay, so that's the cards I'm pulling for the Mystic Farce. I'm kind of having fun. This is kind of nice for a change. Let's see what else we have now. What's the next message for collective? If it resonates, let me know. They are. I'm just doing a general right now for the entire collective, and then I'll see. I'm going to see how. It's been a crazy week, but there probably will be a message in here for one or several of you. Okay. Okay, somebody I'm hearing the song You Have to Believe in Magic. Is it Olivia Newton-John or Juice Newton or something? Okay. Juice Newton or something like that. Okay, I'm hearing Darlene Lisa. I have been picking up on the music. It's so crazy. All right, these cards are really cool. I'm going to pull these for the collective. This is the Pure Magic Oracle. I'm going to pull some cards and see what I get. If I channel in on someone, I will be sure to say your name so you'll be able to tell. How's that sound? A little more Palo Santo here. Take our chances or not. Yes, we are magic. That's the song. That is the song. The cards that you said were wonderful are, I think they're by Cola Baron Reed. Yes, they are. Those cards are by Cola Baron Reed. She makes some great cards. I have 3 or 4 of her decks. This is called Wisdom of the Hidden Realms. Okay. All right. Better. Okay, so what do we have for the collective at this time, Laura? What do people need to know at this time? Whoa, whoa. What's up, pussycat? I just heard that. Whoa. Is that Bishop in the chat? Is the Bishop starting to feel his oats or something? I don't know why I channeled that. Why did I think that? Okay, maybe cowboy. I don't know. I just heard what's up, pussycat, but it was like, whoa, that fun thing. Okay, cool. Okay, so this is about your ancestors for someone out there. Okay. This is about family. First, Darlene Lisa is like my. Okay, so hold on. I'm taking a few of these. I'm new at this. Oh, wow. Okay. I do pick up on energies that are not my own. Okay. So these 3 cards are telling me a story. This is for the collective here, okay? And I don't do these very often, so y'all bear with me. I hope it hits for some of you. This is about your ancestors. It's about family and survival and morality. Um, okay. and about worship, but it's also about death. Death is coming for a couple people in the collective. I'm not saying you're dying. I'm saying you're going to have situations that are going to come into play that may involve death, unfortunately. Okay. But remember, it's energy never dies. Okay. Information. Okay. This is important. I have two snakes here. Someone in this chat, there are two snakes in your energy. Okay. They're hiding something. It's a secret. I don't know what it is, but there are two snakes in your energy and they're hiding something. Uh, Pay attention to their body language when they talk and the information that they give you. If you get information from someone like this, know that there's a strong possibility of it needing to be looked at by an attorney. Okay. Also, levitation. So a lot of you are starting to shift. We have this eclipse going on and all the other stuff. So you're moving to higher ground, to a higher belief system. You're trying to become a better version of yourself. Look at this card. It's a beautiful card. Okay. It's mastery, but it's mastery within, learning the connection, feeling the peace, feeling the vibrations. All right, I like these. Let's see what else we have for the collection. If it resonates, feel free to make a comment. These are new for me. I usually am so one-on-one. So, okay. Whoa, this is it. Which one? What? Come on. These? Is it these? Okay. Okay. I see herbal crafts. This is regeneration, plant medicine, caretaker. Okay, so I think this is falling into you, darling Lisa. Plant medicine, taking care of yourself, regenerating, like taking a chance to like increase your life. Not taking a chance, that's wrong. It's like bringing your life frequency up, living on that higher vibration, making those choices so that you can live on the higher vibration, taking care of yourself, in essence, loving yourself. So this is a beautiful card for you. I like it. Also, we have hidden familiars. Ooh, support. This one I feel like is for the collective because I feel like there's a lot of people in this chat and we all support and uplift each other. And it's beautiful energy. And the wolf, I'm going to say, is cowboy howling at the moon. See? Woo! That's for you, cowboy. Okay, what's this next card that we have? Banyan blessings, security, the hermit, expansion, and stability. Okay, so if you're one of those people in our group that is taking time to hermit, to like listen to within, like listen to the callings. If you hear paint, are you painting? If you hear walk in nature, are you walking? I did so good today. I walked 2 miles, but then I ate a bag of cotton candy. Cotton candy is my weakness. Okay. So this is about being blessed. This is also about taking some time for yourself. If you're in that hermit mode, take some time for yourself. It's okay. Take some time to do some things you enjoy. Come back to center. Read a good book. Paint. Be in nature. Laugh. Go to the movies, walk in the mall. There's so many things that you can do. Go learn something, okay? So this is about coming to self, maybe spending some time hermiting and figuring out where you want to go in life, what kind of expansion you want to make, where you're going, what you're doing, okay? So this is good. It's coming into stability also. So it could be several of you are starting to come into stability and feel it. Sunflower, Erica, you would be one of them. Okay. Hold on. Please. I just heard that song when I was 6 years old. Messed me up. Okay. Let me see what else I have. Different deck. Okay. So these are very cool too. These are called the Pure magic oracle cards. You can find this out. Beautiful. And they have a raven. So if you're a raven person, my hair is growing. Also, pay attention to your messages at this time. Some of you will receive messages that are going to be messages that you need to pay attention to because it's for safety reasons. If you hear don't go, don't go. If you hear take whatever, take whatever it is. If it's mace, take mace. Okay? I'm not telling you this to make you scared or anything. I don't think it's like that. I think it's just very much being aware of your surroundings. The world is a little bit crazy right now, okay? And having clarity and guidance, connected guidance with the divine to get through to figure out where you are, okay? Anything else? Yes, listen to the messages from the spirit world, okay? A lot of you get messages and you don't listen, or you half listen. I know. I used to be that person. I'll be like, nah, it's not that important. And then I'm on the side of the road with a flat tire and no cell phone, something like that. So when spirit speaks, it is important to listen. Okay. It's also important to be free, to let your soul be free, to go howl at the moon or hug a tree if that's what you need. Call a friend, laugh, do something that makes you feel joyful. Darlene Lisa hears music in her head all the time. I do too. It makes me happy. Music makes me happy. Bishop does music. So it's important. There's a real stress on this. Card 15, to listen to the messages, also to ask for assistance if you need it. If you need that assistance, if you need that help, ask your angel helpers. Now, I did that and it works. I had an angel show up and that really unnerved me. Okay. So, some of you, there's a need for you to do some sound healing is what I'm hearing. No, I am not a doctor. Okay, so that's that deck. Let's see where we're going next. Are you guys having fun with this? Are you okay with it? I hope. All right. We're going to go to Mystifying Manifesting Oracle deck. Clearly, I have no structure when it comes to reading. I don't. I just go where I'm spirit led. So let's see what we have coming out here. Shining Wisdom. So learn what you need to know, okay? A lot of you in this chat are in this phase of life where you're evolving, you're growing. Very well, Carlos. Okay, and pathways are being cleared for you. Oh, thank you, darling. Pathways are being cleared for you. Okay, if you know you're on a path, okay, um, okay, some of you that are on pathways need to take better care of your body so that your pathway can move forward, okay? Release blocks. If you're eating in a tongue of sugar. Hi, Moni. We're doing a collective today, but there may be things that apply to you. Release those blocks that you have, okay? There's no reason to hang on to them. Blocks tend to push things away. That's for somebody out there. Let me look at my other cards. Let's see what we have. That's so funny. The next card I got was trust the process, even if your path seems blocked or unclear. That's pretty funny. Okay. Some of you are going to have to make some choices on this path that you're on. You're going to have to make those choices. You may think of them as sacrifices, but they're not. This feels like a magic moonlight message. They're not sacrifices. They're building strength, building courage, putting the work in. That's for magic, okay? And an affirmation for you, Magic. I make good decisions. I make good decisions. Okay. Uh, let's see what else we have. Jackie M. I feel like there's a need for you to have some sacred space or space of your own. Also, to create some healthy boundaries. Healthy boundaries will help you tremendously. And to let go of some of that fear, to step out. Honor who you are. Okay. If you need help, ask for help also. There are people that will help you. All right. Let's see who this is for. This is for Moni. If you sit quiet with spirit, it will help you find the wisdom you need. Spirit will speak in silence. The fact that you're in a chat already asking about someone in a love situation tells me that you're concerned. If you're concerned, that's probably not a great sign. It's either a sign that you need to communicate with that person or you need to pull away from that person. So that's something that you really shouldn't let a tarot card read for you. Something you should go within. Okay. And do everything in love. Even if you break up in a relationship, have a bad relationship or something, you don't want to be mean to the person. It's not cool. Hello, Ethereal. It's just not cool to do. Okay. So it's important to maintain your morality in the situation. Okay. It's important to rise above. Look at that. Rise above here. Okay. Some of you are between worlds. You're on a mission, a journey. You're learning things. Things are going to unfold as you grow morally, as you start making those shifts, wanting to do the things that are good for you, wanting to be a better human, I bought celery today. Okay. I don't eat celery as a general rule, but apparently I do now. You know, uh, so you're gonna make those shifts, okay? Um, some of these shifts are going to be extremely healing for some of you, and they're going to uncover some truths that you had not expected. Okay, some of these truths are going to be about yourself, you within yourself. Okay, the thing to remember here is spirit is your true source. Okay, spirit, source, the divine. Okay, let's see what else we have. Somebody's turned around backwards. They need to reset. I don't know who that's for. I heard puppy dogs, puppy dog tails or snails or what is that? Okay, somebody is not that sweet, I don't think. Okay, what else do we have? 1 second, guys. Give me a second here. Uh, for Natalie, Beacon of Truth. Very good, Moni. That is, I just did a class earlier on this trauma. It's trauma abuse. It's manipulation by trauma. Okay, so you may want to listen to it. It's at the first half of the video. Okay, for Natalie, bacon of truth. Is somebody thinking about bacon? Okay, beacon of truth. Okay, you choose what is right. They're saying pause and tune into your inner guidance before you take action. Start thinking about that. Beacon of truth, not bacon. Also, if you need some bacon, you might want to go get it. Oh my goodness. Oh Lord. Okay, let's see. Hold on. Bear with me, guys. I'm a little silly tonight. Basically, you're at this point in your life where you're choosing what is right, but you're also choosing what is right for you, Natalie. You're actually looking at what is good for you in essence, which is making a huge shift in your life. Beautiful, beautiful energy. Who is this for? Lunar magic. Okay. Oh, somebody with the moon. Who's the moon person? Magic. Wait, was it magic? Who did I read for? Did I read for ethereal or magic? I think magic just came in. This is for you, the magic moon. That's so funny. Lunar magic. Okay, connect with the natural cycles of the moon. I sync with nature. That's for magic. That is for magic. Okay. Also, you have divine protection. There are spirit angels and spirit guides that are around you. Okay. The universe has your back. Okay. Somebody is meant to go on a shared journey. Who's the shared journey for? Carlos, are you the shared journey person? Maybe. Honor your transformation and be open to others on the path. Together we make magic. This may be you. This is you kind of thinking about things or something, resetting in your mind, trying to figure it out, backing away, letting some of the heated energy dissipate. Okay, wow. Okay. Somebody who's worried or stressed about their life right now, uh, they have the card I'm seeing is transform limits. Okay, this is allow spirit to take away the doubts, the fears, the attachments. Like one of the things about this environment is surrender and release. And the way you do that is you give it to God, you give it to the divine. Okay. When you give it to the divine, fear, there's, I don't anticipate anything. When I'm having a day, I try to take the best parts of it, but I don't wake up in the morning and think I'm going to have a bad day. I might wake up and think I hope I have a great day. I want to have a great day, or I'm going to have a great day. I want to do something positive, but I don't, and I don't worry about anything. I'm like, it's like God will take care of it. And when I do worry, I pray, but I should pray more than that. Okay. You should always pray. So the message here for someone in the collective is allow spirit to take away your doubts and fears and attachments to things. Just allow yourself to flow with life in general. Okay. Uh, bear with me. This one I think is for Bishop too. It's wild creation. It's allow energy to flow freely rather than trying to force the outcome. I am open to surprises. Why do I feel like this is for you, Bishop? It feels like it's maybe a surprise is coming. A surprise at gates. Interesting. Let's see what else we have. Oh, how is everybody tonight? Are you guys having fun? I hope we did. Jackie. I'm just making sure I haven't missed anybody. We did Anessa. We did Bishop. Freaky J. I don't know if we did. And Andrea and Julie. Okay, Julie, sing your song. Let's see what we have. Hold on, guys. I had to. For Julie. Guardian armor. Create healthy boundaries and guard against doubt and fear. Hold your sacred space. Didn't I say something like that in the beginning of the chat? Was it for Julie? Someone who needed boundaries and sacred space. Wow, interesting. Okay, I like that. Okay, what do we have for sing your song? I'm a little everywhere tonight, guys, so bear with me. Whoa, book. Sing your song. Shining wisdom. I learned what I need to know. Heartfelt petition. Ask Spirit to help and express gratitude for what you have. Beautiful. And last but not least, heavenly embrace. All paths will lead you back home. Angels guide you. Singers, sing your song. Beautiful energy. I love that. Okay. We did Jackie. Debbie, did I do anything for you? I have Shell. Let's see. If I missed you, let me know. And Andrea. Okay, we got to do Andrea. Let me go down to the bottom now. Shell and Andrea. Okay. Messages for, let's go with Shell first. Messages for Shell at this time, Lauren. I was watching a psychologist the other day, and he had researched tarot readings, and he validated that it works, and I mean, I know it works because it works through the divine, through God. Hello, L'Oreal. Okay, for show. Woo. Okay, putting that armor on, holding sacred space, setting boundaries for show, seeing yourself as part of a sacred web of life, collaborating with spirit, moving forward, trusting in the divine, show. That's your message. Trust in the divine. Okay. Sure. Okay. Now, who was somebody else? It was Shell and it was Andrea. Message for Andrea. Different deck. Okay. I'm having fun. Okay. Oh, that's cool. I did not know that. That's kind of interesting. Okay, so what do we have for Andrea at this time? Andrea, these cards are so appropriate for you. It's cracking me up. Okay, first of all, on the bottom of the deck, life source. Well, we know that you have some life source. Okay. Then you have energetic pull. Of course, Lori, I'll ask your question. Okay, energetic pull. A true master knows that you create through your actions. You're creating a beautiful little boy. Follow it fiercely and move worlds. It's going to move your world, okay? And then the last card for you, Andrea, is it's coming. I'm going to read this. Hang on. No, wait. Hope is on the horizon. In the face of challenges, this is so appropriate for you, Andrea. Remember that nothing lasts forever. Trust that the universe has good things in store for you. Beautiful energy. Okay. Yes, Loria, do you have a question? I know. I love that. That was like so appropriate. Oh, no, no, no. We've done this before, L'Oreal. You always ask me about a car. This is called free will. Okay. Make your own choice. As a matter of fact, on the bottom of this deck, it says, do it your way. How very appropriate. Okay. Guys, I don't mind. Oh, sorry, energy. Forgive me. If you come on here and you ask valid questions, and I realize that some of you consider them very valid questions, but when you ask me things like, should I take a person to lunch, or what color car should I buy, or something, it doesn't, you don't offend me, okay? But I try to really I really connect with the divine. If it's a real question, sure, L'Oreal. Not about anybody's feelings, though. Okay, I truly connect with the divine. So the messages I give you, regardless of how ridiculous the question might be, are real messages. And I never know what's going to come out. Nobody does. And so, and it's a responsibility. Do I see you having more kids? I don't know. Let's see. You have kids? Oh, shoot. Okay. Well, you got a few answers. Okay. You got remember who you are. Okay. They may be life sucking the life forces out of you. Okay. You carry stardust in your bones and your ancestors' wisdom in your bloodline. Okay. They are sucking the life out of you. Okay. Uh, let go. Release, release some of these things. Set some boundaries. Okay. Set some boundaries. Let's see what this card says. Let go of negative people. Your children can be negative, trust me, and their toxic beliefs. Your time on earth is precious. Okay, seriously. Invest it wisely. This is tailored for you, L'Oreal. And be mindful of who you spend time with. If these people are making you miserable, no, get rid of them. And the last message I have for you, L'Oreal, and this is kind of funny, is you will get there. This is about this message is tailored for you. Look at it. Remember who you are. Take your power back. You're the mom. Okay? Let go of these negative things with the children. Like, nope, not doing it. Okay? And then last but not least, you will get there. And it says, oh, this is good. I love it. You cannot force flowers to grow or plants to sprout. Be patient and respect that everything happens in its own way and time. So your kids are probably going to be brats for a little bit longer, but you will get there. That is the message. I found that kind of entertaining. Okay. All right. Hello, Namira. I'm just kind of doing random cards. So I'm being chill tonight. I'm having fun. I don't get to have fun very often in reading. I mean, because it's just, you're so welcome. For Namira, what do we have for Namira? What does Namira need to know? Oh, happy birthday. We all have brats. My kids are brats. It's the life thing. They're in life school. They're still learning. Happy birthday to Namira. Okay, Namira, it's time to act. Keep acting, going towards your goal. That's the first message. The second one is you don't have to prove your worth, Namira. You're worthy. Okay. Third one, simplify your life. Life is supposed to be simple and easy. Simplicity will lift your spirit and help you feel more pure. Okay. And last but not least, you decide. You decide what you do, who you give of yourself freely to, who you expand your energy with. Okay. So this is really, if you only give to get, it'll feel like a burden. Like if you're just doing it for the heck, to try to get something. But I think you truly give from your heart, is what I'm hearing here. Okay. But it's important to decide, like to have discernment. Okay. With the people you're dealing with, is what I'm hearing. But do continue on your path and continue to act. I think you're doing beautiful. All right. Who have I missed out there? Have I missed anybody? It's almost midnight. I'm going to turn into a pumpkin. You're welcome. I'm going to turn into a pumpkin. I didn't even realize it was so late. I've been so busy today, and but it's good. Seriously, I spirit source God said, turn off all the electronics, and not this one. This one, he was like, no, go to that one. So, but it was good. I needed a reminder, and I think it's good for some of you out here to remember the world is a crazy place right now. We're being bombarded with news and craziness, and then throw AI in there on top of everything else. So, I don't know. Let me look, Moni. Well, first of all, the first thing I want you to do is say my finances and my life are going to turn around. Okay. Darlene, I think I channeled for you. I did channel for you. Something about your health or something. What do we have for Manny? Uh, yeah, things are shifting. You're coming into Empress energy. This is creativity, balance, and relations and stuff. Start to see yourself in that Empress energy. Start to see yourself with the job that you want, the life that you want, the fun times that you want, okay? And it will start coming into fruition, but you have to believe it. Let me pull a card for you, Darlene Lisa. What do we have for Darlene Lisa at this time? Two cards. The Hierophant, tradition, conformity, morality, how appropriate, and the Emperor, authority and leadership. And I believe what I channeled for you, Darlene Lisa, was like you stepping into your power, if I remember correctly. So that's pretty cool. I think we've covered everybody in the chat, if I'm not mistaken. If you can please like, share, subscribe, I appreciate it. If you can donate, that's great. It helps me and the channel. It is my full-time job. If you want to book a reading, Ethereal, I don't know. I think you did. I did one. I want to say I channeled something. Okay. You're falling asleep. I think I channeled something for you, Ethereal. Okay. All right. Anyway, I do book, you're so welcome. I book private readings. My name is Sher, and I promote the sharing of peace and love in the world. How funny is that? God truly has a sense of humor when it comes to me. It's, I love you too, Azera. So, you know, and I wasn't born with that name. Through a series of circumstances, I got the last name of Amor. Okay. So I find that kind of ironic that I promote the sharing of peace and love in the world. I appreciate that, Ethereal. Yours too. Gotcha. I had a feeling they would. I was told to pull too. I would pull them, so I pulled and they came out. I hope, I don't know how you guys felt about the general. Sometimes I'll be honest, I back to back people sometimes is so draining that I have to just take a break. But when I do that, like even my general for the collective is kind of, it's still kind of tailored to some of you, I noticed, which is cool. Oh, somebody said, wow. Oh, no, they didn't. Shoot. I'm ringing the bell anyway. Okay. You guys are great. If you didn't get a chance, the class is at the beginning of this video. It is an important class. If you're in an abusive situation, if you're in a relationship where you feel like you're being manipulated or controlled to the extreme degree, there are things that you can do to protect yourself. Awareness, healing from prior relationships, and learning to say no. And if you don't know a proper phrase or anything, the word no will simply work. No. That's telling the person and the universe that the answer is no. And sometimes you have to do that to protect yourself. Okay. On that lovely little note, I love all of you. I can't believe it's almost midnight. I hope everything was good. Go get some rest, guys. I'll see you again tomorrow. And thank you so much. Now I got to go learn some computer stuff. Share the peace, share the love. Bye, guys. I love y'all. And thank you, all of you. I appreciate you greatly.